So a couple of changes to talk about since we last left off. I sold my T-Sport, bought a brand new dirt bike, and hired a professional photographer to help get this channel off the ground. Just kidding. This is not a dirt bike. It's a supermoto. Nah, in all seriousness, I didn't sell the T-Sport, and actually my buddy Jared was generous enough to help me film this bike check and 1,000 mile review. So, without further ado, and to give everyone that follows this channel exactly the opposite of what they wanted, here's a bike check on my 2019 Suzuki DRZ 400SM. So I'm not going to beat the specs to death. You can find them on any other competent YouTube channel, and they probably do a much better job at going through them than I can ever hope to. But I recommend heading over directly to Suzuki's website and taking a look at the specs for yourself, and you can also compare models while you're over there. The specs for the DRZ haven't changed much in probably 20 years. It's still carbureted with the 5-speed transmission, so that can be a blessing or a curse depending on how you look at it. I kind of prefer the carburetor with the 5-speed. Some of the things that set the SM model apart is going to be a beefier 47mm Showa front end and 17-inch wheels wrapped in Dunlop Sport Max street tires. Doesn't come with knobbies, comes with street tires. So basically this bike has a Showa front end, a carburetor, and a 5-speed. It's like a Harley Davidson, except you can't touch the ground. As everyone knows that has watched this channel, I really push these bikes to the edge when I test their performance. No, I'm just kidding. Straight out of the box, in my opinion, this bike does not lack power. It's quick enough. However, if you do have the inherent need for speed, there's a common mod most people do when they get these bikes. It's referred to as the 3x3 mod. It's basically regenerating your carb and removing some of the OEM restriction from the factory. As far as I understand it, that may be something I entertain down the road, but for now I'm pretty much satisfied with the power that it puts out, and I want to try and keep it unmolested mechanically to maintain that dependability commuter status. I recently just completed a 600-mile road trip with this bike, surrounded by basically a bunch of Harley big twin choppers, and it kept up just fine. It will cruise 75 miles per hour all day, and it will get up to that speed fairly quickly. I wouldn't recommend taking this on a traditional highway, as it doesn't have a fairing or any type of wind deflection. But if you're taking this on 2-lane roads or kind of like back off the beaten track highways, this bike is perfect. So if you're hesitant to get one of these because it's only a 400, I would say that reason alone should not dictate your purchasing decision. This motorcycle performs well enough for the majority of the riders out there. I believe this is the most practical bike you can have in your stable, especially in this trim. The high suspension and seat height gives you a great view of traffic and lets you see through turns effortlessly. The 17-inch wheel and street tire setup is perfect for commuting. And if you really want to do heavy trail riding, you can score a set of DRZ S wheels and tires and have a dirt setup for minimal cost. It's also a very capable bike beyond commuting. When outfitted with a set of inexpensive dry spec bags and a Walmart cargo net, it becomes the ultimate moto camping vehicle. In my first 1,000 miles with this bike, I found out pretty quickly that it can be whatever you want it to be. It can blend in with a bunch of old Harley choppers, chameleon style. It can get you to that sought after camping spot that no other bike will dare try and get to. And, best of all, it can get you home with reliability and style. Now on to some other stuff. I like this bike because it's not a Harley. It's quiet, it's unassuming, it hums. There's not a big, laboring engine chugging away. It's not a bike that requires an outfit like Vans, Dickies, a Dixon flannel, a Simpson Ghost Bandit. If anything, it requires a clean pair of Skechers, faded Levi's, and a friendly disposition. I like the helmet lock. I like how everything on this bike costs $40 to replace. I like how I can push this bike around in the garage and not worrying about dropping it and destroying a rear tank. It's different. It's not a replacement to a Harley-Davidson, but it's a damn good supplement. I usually resist impulse decisions, and this is probably one of the largest impulse decisions I've made in my life so far. I only have one regret. I wish I didn't mount my GoPro on the swing arm perfectly where the kickstand hits it.
Nothing new under the sun, nobody fucking with sun.